everyone, Cassidy Quinn here, working from home. Here is my office for the moment. It's actually the floor of my closet, okay? We'll explain in a moment. Right now, do you feel like your brain is spinning around in circles? Like you can't stop thinking about the news, scrolling on your phone, reading everything that's going on in the world right now? Or you're at home, looking around your house, realizing you have so many chores to do. Basically, is the inside of your brain as messy as your kitchen right now? No, this is not an infomercial. Instead, this is an idea on how to bring some calm into our lives. Maybe you've already started some new hobbies while you're hanging out. Here is a new one you might want to try: meditating. I started meditating a few months ago and I have loved the benefits it has brought to me and my brain, but you don't have to listen to me. Here is a professional.
It's so important to give ourselves a rest. It's really easy to feel overwhelmed right now with so much uncertainty and so much change that's going on. And also many of us feeling like we've been robbed of a lot of our routines and activities that nourish us. We have to be really careful with our mental space, and because that has a huge impact on our overall health and well-being. So learning to meditate offers us an opportunity to develop ways to relax our minds and our bodies, to restore and replenish some of our energy, and can help us feel more resilient as change continues to unfold. I would just be an absolute mess, I think, right now if I didn't have this practice.
So maybe now you're thinking, that sounds great. Where do I actually start? Well, it's up to you. You can pick a spot in your house. And if you're working from home, where I am right now, it might be tough to picture where you can find calm in the middle of your house.
Like right now, my house is me working in one spot, my boyfriend working in another spot.
Yeah.
It's not a very big place. How do you actually find a relaxing spot to just be able to tune your mind out?
Yeah, one way that you can do it is to create a little space for a meditation practice. And so at home, for me, I have a little corner that I've created, just a little, what we call a breathing space. A couple of cushions, sometimes we'll have like a flower or something beautiful, and maybe some like a book that is a reminder of like how important this practice is, or some sort of bit of inspiration that welcomes us to that little corner. So you don't need a lot of space to craft a little bit of a space to come and kind of reset. It can be really, really beneficial. There's a balance to be found. You want to be careful not to set yourself up in a space that you're just going to be bombarded with distractions. If you can kind of remove yourself from the typical distractions, phones, computers, TVs, like kind of move yourself to a space that's a little removed from that, great. Whatever you can craft that will feel welcoming, I think is really important. It's really important to know that there's no one right way to sit, because not everybody is, like when I first started practicing meditation, there's no way I sat like this. My body was not flexible enough. And I would usually sit in a regular chair. We've got a bunch over there. Sometimes I sit in a chair. And so whatever works for your body is great. So you could put cushions, like we have these meditation cushions that you can sit in a couple of different ways. This is a little pillow, a larger kind of a rectangular pillow to sit on. So, you know, some supplies that feel supportive, that can kind of elevate your hips above your knees might be good if you're going to sit on the ground. Maybe having a blanket, you know, in case like sometimes it feels good to like feel like you're a little more cozy. Feels good to just kind of feel contained and kind of safe and grounded.
And then when you are actually ready to start meditating, yes, it is about you, your brain, finding a practice that works for you, but it might be helpful to have some other people along for the ride with you.
What we have found is that community is a huge ingredient. Like having other people to practice can be fueling and really supportive. Having people to commit to the practice with, but also learning from one another. And so in a lot of our courses, we include people sort of sharing their feedback and sharing their experience so that you can learn from everybody else.
But yeah, as I've mentioned a few times, we are all stuck at home right now with no one around us, but that is where the internet comes in. Pause Meditation, Ryan's studio, it normally operates as a studio in Northwest Portland. You go there, you take the classes there, but right now, for the first time ever, the studio is offering online classes.
So we have classes in the mornings, the middle of the morning as well, 10:30, noon, and then a number in the evening as well. And they're providing structure and guidance for people to really develop a practice and to kind of, again, feel connected to a community. It's just really neat to see people. We're all isolated in our little corners and doing the best we can. But it's really kind of beautiful to see the other people that you're with and to rely on one another to kind of hold the space for meditation.
Even when you're meditating and your eyes are closed and you can feel that they're there even though you can't actually see them. Everyone's just sitting in their own space.
Well, sometimes it's part of the meditation to kind of just remind yourself, have like some, kindness to other people. And we invite just sort of like a brief reflection, like, hey, you're not alone. Just think of, literally now you can look and see all the other people that you're sitting with.
And then let's say you start meditating. You're having trouble focusing, your brain is bouncing all over the place. That's okay.
When we sit down and meditate, and usually we'll pick something to focus on, like breathing, or you could listen to sounds around you, you all of a sudden become very aware of how busy your mind is, right? And what's really important to know is that this is not a practice of like eradicating or squashing our thoughts, because we can't, right? We're humans, we're built to think, and thinking can be really supportive. So we don't want to get rid of it. But what we can do is learn to relate to our thoughts in a different way. And when we kind of notice ourselves get pulled into a stream of thinking, and we gently kind of like acknowledge, like, oh, I'm thinking right now. You just kind of touch it, and then you let go, and you come back to your anchor, breath, sound. Then you're actually practicing resilience, right? You expect or hope life to go one way, all of a sudden you find yourself going this way, and then you catch and you recorrect and you start over. And so just the simple practice of noticing your mind, take off, coming back, gently resetting can be really nourishing and prepare us to take on the challenges that are inevitable.
So there you go. That is how I created my little meditation area, which, as I mentioned, yes, is the floor of my closet. But hey, if it works for me, maybe it will work for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to this KGW channel so you can have more content like this while we're all working from home these days. And then if you feel like it, go and check out the Tonight with Cassidy channel. We are actually off the air right now, but there's plenty of content, ideas of foods to cook at home, crafts to do while you're stuck at home, and a bunch of lovely music to listen to. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.